Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be discussing how to build muscle at home for skinny teens with no access to a gym. So for those of you who are at home, you are skinny teenagers who are trying to pack on the size, but you don't know how and you don't have access to a gym. Maybe you've been watching my videos or maybe you're new to the channel, but either way though, you're looking to gain muscle and size, and I talk a lot about going to the gym, but what if you don't have access to a gym? I'm here to help you with that today. But before we get into that, my name is Noah. I am the founder of Get Her Done Fitness, and I've made it my mission to help all the young men get the body and confidence they've always wanted. And I'm currently hosting a free video training where I'm showing you guys how to do exactly that. How to gain the most amount of muscle and confidence in just 12 weeks without all the BS and lies that float around the fitness industry that are going to leave you and have left countless others with zero results. I'm teaching you guys everything that I've learned in the past 3 years and gaining 40 pounds that is going to help you to pack on the weight and size as quickly as possible, because I've been through all the ups and downs and I know what works and what doesn't work. So go down below and click that first link to watch that free video training. You guys aren't going to regret it. Let's hop into this one. So this is still going to come back to the same fundamentals that I always talk about when it comes to building muscle, okay? The same fundamentals, okay? The number one thing is if you're looking to gain size, muscle, mass, you need to be in a caloric surplus. You need to be consuming more calories than you are burning. If you are not consuming more calories than you are burning, you're simply not going to have the fuel to be able to put on the weight. You need to give your body the fuel to grow. And that is going to be the fuel, is going to be the extra calories you're going to be eating. And then on top of that too, you need to be eating enough protein, because protein is literally the building block of the muscle. You need to be eating protein and enough calories to put on the muscle. And that's all that you need to worry about when it comes to your diet. Okay, after that is locked in, the next thing is going to be your training. And for some people, this is going to mean going to the gym. But for you guys who are watching this right now, you are looking to do this at home. And the only thing that's going to be different is the exercises that you're going to do. But how you train, how you do it is going to remain exactly the same, right? The same principles still apply if you're training at home or in the gym or in a park, whatever, wherever you're training, whatever equipment you're using, the same principles are still going to apply. Okay, the number one principle that you must have in place is going to be progressive overload. If you want to grow, you need to progressively overload. Okay, and so when it comes to the gym, that's going to mean adding more weight onto the bar, doing more reps, etc. But when it comes to you training at home, it's going to mean doing basic body weight exercises that are going to target every single muscle group, right? You still want to do everything in your power to hit every single muscle group so you don't develop any imbalances. Because if you just do push-ups, well, that is only going to develop your shoulders, your chest, and your triceps. It's not going to develop your biceps or your back or your legs or your glutes or anything else, okay? So you need to make sure that you are doing a wide variety of bodyweight exercises where you are consistently getting stronger. And so when it comes to bodyweight exercises, you can still do the same progressions that you're doing in the gym, right? You can add more weight by doing weighted variations. You can add more reps by just doing more reps. But you need to find some way to progressively overload these. And if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a free guide to start training at home and packing on the size at home. So stick around to the end of the video. That is all it's going to take. If your diet's on point and if you're actually training every muscle and you're consistently getting stronger at it, you are going to be packing on the muscle, because the number one thing that you must know when it comes to building muscle is that mass moves mass. Therefore, the more mass you are moving, right, the stronger you are, the more mass you have. Mass moves mass. More mass that you're moving means more mass that you have. And so in other words, the stronger you are, the bigger you are. Therefore, the more weight you are pushing, or excuse me, the more reps that you are doing, the stronger you are with these body weight exercises, the bigger you are going to be. And so let's hop into this free routine that I put together for you guys right now. So right now we are going to discuss the actual workout plan that you are going to follow to see the results at home. Okay, so the number one thing that you need to be doing is going to be push-ups. The push-ups are going to target your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. Okay, all of your push muscles. And in doing the push-ups, you need to make sure that your form is on point, which I'm going to demonstrate right now. And as you can see, I'm totally locked in. My entire body is one solid kinetic chain right? I'm squeezing my glutes. I have my legs fully extended. And at the top of the movement, I'm going to squeeze my chest as much as I can. And then at the bottom of the movement, and as I'm lowering, I'm trying to squeeze my scapula or squeeze my back together to get as much of a stretch on my pecs as possible. And then at the top, I'm going to lock out my arms for my triceps, and then I'll also get as much of a contraction and squeeze in my chest as I can. And how we're going to structure the workout itself is going to be 10 to 15 set, and on every set you are going to go for as many reps as you possibly can with about 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between every set, because there's a lot of guys that do push-ups at home but they don't realize that they're leaving a lot on the table because they go and they do 5 sets of push-ups and they call it good, when in reality, if you think about it, if you go to the gym, you might do 3 to 5 sets of bench and 3 to 5 sets of that and like 5 other exercises, right? You're doing chest flies, you're doing incline press, you're doing the pec deck, you're doing all these different exercises, and you're going to say that doing 5 sets of push-ups is going to make up for that. No, you're going to be doing 10 to 15 sets of push-ups with about 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between, going for as many reps as you can on every single set till absolute failure. And this is going to be actually a good substitute for that in the gym, because if you think about it, and you're going into the gym for an hour to an hour and a half, this is probably going to take about an hour to do it how I explained it. And so you're actually going to be able to get that good work in that is going to help you to build the muscle in your chest, triceps, and shoulders. Okay. The second thing that we're going to do is we are going to do pull-ups. And if you can't do a full pull-up, that's fine. I'm going to break down a simpler version that you can use to build up to doing the full pull-up. Okay. And so this is going to be very similar to the push-ups in a lot of ways. Okay. The one thing is that you want to do the same thing where you go slow on the down, right? So you want to, at the top of the movement, your back is going to be squeezed as much as you can. Your shoulders are going to be driven down and back as much as you can, okay? And then as you lower, you are going to slowly release your back, and you're going to try to go slow on that eccentric, slow on the down, and then you're going to explode on the way up and try to squeeze your back as much as you can at the top and drive your shoulders back as much as you can. And this is going to work your back and your biceps, okay? And there's different variations that you can do. There's different grips, and you're probably going to want to buy a pull-up bar, okay? It's about $20 on Amazon. It's a totally worthwhile investment considering the amount of gains that it's going to give you for only $20, okay? And if you don't have $20 to spend, there's always a bar at a local park or outdoor gym that you can probably get access to, or even a tree branch or a beam in your garage, right? There's probably something that you can hang from to do pull-ups, and as long as it's secure and you're not going to fall on your ass, then it's going to be good for pull-ups, okay? And with this, it's going to be the same thing in that you're going to train as hard as you can. You're going to do as many reps as you can every single set, but the sets are going to be a little bit different because pull-ups are a lot harder of an exercise, right? A lot of people can do more push-ups than they can do pull-ups because pull-ups are just a harder movement. And so instead of doing 10 to 15 sets with 1 to 2 minutes of rest, you're going to do about 5 to 10 sets with about 3 minutes of rest in between every set. And like I said, if you can't do a full pull-up, that is fine, because I know there's probably a lot of you that can't do a full pull-up yet. That's totally normal. That's where I started out too. But how I built up the strength to do this was I worked on my eccentric. So the eccentric is the portion of any given exercise where you are releasing the muscle, right? And then the concentric is where you are squeezing the muscle or contracting the muscle. And so on the pull-up, the eccentric is going to be the way down, right? And so on the way down, you're going to go as slow as you possibly can, and then you're going to jump back up. So you're not actually going to do the concentric portion. You're only doing the eccentric portion. So you're literally going to hold on to the bar. You're going to jump up. You're going to hold yourself up there for as long as you can. I'd say like 30 seconds, right? And just 30 seconds of you going down as slow as you possibly can and trying to get that good form for a good concentric pull-up, but you're doing it in reverse. And so instead of So at the top, your back is going to be squeezed as much as you can. It's going to be pulled together. And then as you go slowly down, it's going to slowly release and get that full stretch. And then you're going to jump back up and do the same thing. And this is going to help you to build up to that full pull-up. Another thing that you can try is if you can't do a full pull-up, for a lot of people doing chin-ups is actually easier. And doing a chin-up is where you have your hands in the reverse grip, where they're a little bit closer and they're reversed, so it's actually going to hit a little bit more of your biceps than your back, but it's still going to be hitting your biceps and back just like the normal pull-up, but it's going to be a little bit more bicep focused, and people, they tend to be stronger at the chin-ups than pull-ups. And so if you need to do chin-ups to start out with, that's totally fine, but I would recommend slowly moving towards the pull-ups, because this is going to be the king of back exercises. And the last thing that we're going to need to do to finish out this routine is going to be your legs, okay? And keep in mind that there is definitely going to be a sacrifice for training at home when it comes to your legs. Like, it's really, really hard to grow your legs very significantly without a lot of weight. Like, you go to the gym and you load up that leg press machine, right? 4, 5, 6, 7 plates to grow your legs. And so it's really hard to grow your legs using your body weight. It's still possible, but just keep in mind that this is one of those things that's really hard to work around. Like, it's really hard to grow your legs without a lot of heavy weight, because it's hard to actually go to failure considering how strong of a muscle group they are, right? If you think about it, you're standing on your legs all day. Your legs are activated most of your day. If you're standing a lot, right, or if you're just a human that stands, right, you are activating your legs every single time you stand. Every single time you stand, you're not activating your arms, you're not activating your back, you're not activating your chest. That's why your legs are such a strong muscle group, because they're literally used every single day for a very large portion of your day. And so for body weight exercises, it's really hard to go to failure and get those good solid reps in that you could get with, you know, a barbell squat or a machine in the gym. But there is something that you can still do, because doing something is better than nothing. And so what I would recommend for this is quite a bit different from your push-ups and pull-ups, and that's going to be doing bodyweight squats upwards of 100 for one set, and you're going to do about 10 sets of that. And in terms of rest, I'm sure that you can vary this depending on how hard it is for you, because some of you can do 100 bodyweight squats super, super easy, but then for some of you that's going to be a little bit more difficult. And so if it's on the more difficult side, then you're going to have more rest. So I would say upwards of 3 to 4 minutes in between every set of your 10 sets. But then if it's a lot easier, you're going to shorten that rest time to anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Like, just, you're going to vary it to the point where it's hard for you. So if it's too easy with that much rest, you want to shorten that rest, okay? And in terms of your squat form, this is going to be something that is really difficult to say, because there are people that have different hip structures. Like, everyone's built different, and in terms of squat, it's going to be unique to everyone. Everyone's squat's a little bit different, but this is how I squat, and this is what works for me. I go a little bit wider than shoulder width. I have my toes pointed slightly outward, and I go as far down as I can, right? I try to go ass to grass, as they call it, or ATG. In terms of how you're going to structure these exercises, there's a lot of different ways you can do it, and it's going to depend on your schedule and how much time you have in a given day. And each of these movements is going to take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes to an hour to complete. And so you could, hypothetically speaking, do all of these in one day, right? But that's going to be about a 3-hour workout. They are going to do every 3 days, okay? But I would recommend that instead of doing that you do it spaced out. So find a way to structure it that's going to work for you, where you're going to give yourself 48 hours in between each movement. So an example of how you could structure this would be something like, you could do your push-ups on Monday, and then do your pull-ups and squats on Tuesday, and just do that cycle, right? Where you are giving yourself 48 hours, because you're giving yourself that 48 hours for push-ups because you're doing them on Monday and then on Wednesday. And then you're giving yourself that 48-hour window for your pull-ups because you're doing it on Tuesday and Thursday. And then you're doing the same for your legs, and they're a completely different muscle group. It's upper body and your lower body. And so that's going to make it so you're not super fatigued from the other muscle group. Because if you do it all at once, right, you're doing push-ups and pull-ups, even though it's not the same specific muscle groups, you're still just going to be tired, right? You're going to be exhausted from doing that first one. And so you're already going to be mentally checked out. It's just really not going to be that good of a workout in the latter half. And so if you split it up like this or something similar, it could work very, very well for you. So we're trying to add as much intensity to match the gym as possible. There's still going to be some lacking intensity that is going to be made up for in frequency, because if you're lacking in intensity, right, so you're not going how hard you'd go in the gym, that means that you're going to need to do it more frequently to make up for it. Okay, I hope you guys found this information useful. If you never want to miss a new video, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button. Catch you guys in the next one. Always remember to get her done.